Airports work like cities.
Everything from architecture to engineering to designers, all those people have to be employed at the airport.
At the Denver International Airport, pilots are city movers.
To get people from point A to B safely.
Captain Willie Daniels took a front seat to the skies for decades.
When I hired on in 1987, I was the 34th African-American pilot in the history of United Airlines.
In the early days of his career, it was rare for Daniels to share the cockpit with someone who looked like him.
We were always excited, to fly with each other, and I don't know, a lot of the customers, they were a little skeptical, but they were always in good hands.
Times have changed, and so have the stats. In 2023, United Airlines reported 15% of pilots and frontline workers were Black.
Our greatest assets that we have in this country is our diversification. And everybody bringing in their thoughts and processes from their way of life, that adds to our whole country, the culture, and it makes us a better nation.
Daniels' new race would never stop him from achieving his dreams. The proof is on the walls at DIA's Center of Equity and Excellence.
This is the premier facility in the nation.
The center was created to support business development, career pathways, and research in aviation. The Hall of Equity is dedicated to Bessie Coleman, the first African-American and Native American female pilot, and Ed Dwight, the first Black American trained to go into space.
These true pioneers, I'm truly honored to be following in their footsteps, and hopefully in my life I can lead a lot of young people in the same direction that I've been in my course, my life.
Retired, Daniels is spending more time with his hat in his hand. But he hasn't taken a back seat to advocating for diversity behind the control wheel.
It's crucial.
Welcoming Captain Willie Daniels.
His nonprofit, Our Shades of Blue, brings professionals in to mentor the next generation of flyers and movers.
I think it's important that we have opportunities like this, because if we discourage young people from being able to be involved in this industry, that's a disservice to our nation.
Daniels may not have started his profession with many Black pilots, but being a part of this legacy of city movers, he helped pave a runway for the future to be different.
It gives me great pride to have been part of that.
With photojournalist Byron Reed, Janelle Finch, 9 News. Earlier this month, the FAA issued a mandate to require airlines to hire based solely on merit. This came from an executive order Donald Trump signed last year that also dismantled DEI offices and contracts. Daniels says pilots don't earn their certifications to fly overnight. He says pilots of color have never been diversity hires, but this mandate limits opportunities that would continue to diversify the skies, putting more emphasis on his nonprofit to encourage young people to choose.
Right, and it's so great that you highlighted that, because when you're disembarking a plane and you see a pilot who looks like you as a kid, that is so important.
Absolutely, yeah. It really goes a long way for those young kids to see themselves in the cockpit, because for Willie Daniels, he didn't have that as a child. So yeah, it definitely goes a long way.
Yeah, and it does take a lot of work to become a pilot. That's the point. I mean, you don't just randomly say, oh yeah, that would look good to have that person in the cockpit.
Flying hours of flying.
But that inspiring young people, because right now their aviation really they need more pilots, they need more air traffic controllers, they need people to get into aviation. So start them young.
Yes, absolutely.
Get them thinking about the skies. All right, thank you.